If you don't know, now you know. Trust God's process. Trust God's process. Because in God's process, you are going to learn a lot of lifelong lessons. In God's process, He is going to build you. In God's process, He's going to build your character. In God's process, He's going to teach you so many things that you will be able to teach other. In God's process, you are going to learn from experience. In God's process, He is going to elevate your life and everything in it. God's process is going to take you to the next level. God's process is going to help you in everything that you do in life. In God's process, when you learn from your experiences, it's going to be embedded in your mind. It's going to be embedded in your body. It's going to be embedded in your soul. God's process is going to teach you integrity. God's process is going to teach you loyalty. God's process is going to guide you in the right direction in your life. God's process is going to teach you to have integrity. God's process is going to help you become the version of yourself that He has caused you to be on this earth. I don't know about y'all, but I am going to do it God's way. And I am going to respect God's process because I know in the process, God is building me to be the person that He wants me to be on this earth. When I make it to where God wants me to be, where He wants me to be in life, in a place, in a space where I am mentally together, I am at peace, I am the strongest that I've ever been, where I can teach others to grow mentally, physically, emotionally, help them financially, help them spiritually. That's God's process. We may not like everything that, is going on in our life. We may not enjoy every experience that we are going through, but you have to trust God's process. Because when you make it to the other side, you are going to feel like one hell of a person. So you have to allow yourself to grow in the process. You have to allow yourself to change in the process because God is trying to build you up. A lot of people make it before they are ready. A lot of people get to where they are trying to go before they are mentally ready, physically ready, spiritually ready. Just because you have the finances don't mean a thing. Because you can be up one day and down tomorrow. So you have to trust the process. God has your back. God is protecting you. God is protecting you from certain people that you have in your life. So trust God's process. Listen to God when He says for you to do something, for you to remove yourself from certain circles, remove yourself from a relationship, remove yourself from whatever you are doing, from that job. Trust God's process. I had to learn to trust God's process because I know He has so much in store for me, and there are so many things I still need to learn in life. So I am trusting God's process. I'm trusting God to protect me in everything that I do. God is not going to let anything happen to you. And everything that you are going through is God's way. But He is teaching you lessons throughout the way, throughout your journey, on your path. So trust God. When He says to leave that career behind, that's not for you. Trust God when He asks you to remove yourself from circles that you do not belong in anymore. You have to trust God and align yourself with who He is calling you to be. because God knows what's best. God sees everything. You don't see the things that God sees. You don't hear the things that God hears. So trust his process. Trust that he has your best interest at heart. The way God has been moving and the way my faith has been moving, I have changed in so many ways, and I have to give it to God the Most High, my creator, your creator, the one that created this earth, the one that created us human beings. I have to give it to God, because God has taught me so many things throughout my journey the past year and a half. I have learned so many things just about the people around me and how I needed to remove myself from certain circles that do not serve who God has called me to be on this earth. So I'm trusting God in everything that I do. Trusting him and having faith in everything that I do. Because God's process is the best process, and God's process is the best way. Let him guide you. Ask for discernment. Because if you don't know, God controls everything on this earth. God controls everything. And sometimes we are just learning. We are learning in the process. So, yeah, everyone has struggles. Everyone has to go through things. Everyone has to experience trauma. Everyone has to experience pain. It's about what you do afterwards. God is teaching you in the process. So trust God's process. Because God's process is going to elevate your life and everything in it. God is going to elevate you. God is elevating everything about you. He's elevating your mind. He's elevating you spiritually. He's going to elevate you financially. But you have to trust the process. The process is not going to be easy. Trust me. All of us go through things. We all experience hardship. We all experience pain. We all get to a point where sometimes we don't think that we're going to even make it. But you have to trust the process. Talk to God and ask him to guide you and to strengthen you in everything that you do. Because I don't know about y'all, but I don't know how I've made it this far. And I do know. It's only God. Because I couldn't have done this on my own. So when I say that you have to trust God's process, if you haven't learned by now, you're never going to get to where you are trying to go without God and be happy, at peace, loving on yourself, loving on others. Some people are where they are in life and still are not happy. It doesn't matter how much money you have. Money does not bring happiness. So allow God to elevate you in every aspect of your life. And I promise you, you are going to be happy. Yes, we are still going to go through struggles. We will always need God, the Most High. If you don't know, now you know.